It is
It's
no.
going now.
Okay, so it's going. Okay, so hi, I'm Natalie, and my voice is horrible, and I'm writing this. Hey, Kevin, you need to be part of this vlog too if you're laughing at me. No,
No.
you're not.
No,
Okay.
I was laughing at a commercial
Okay, well, your responses are weirdly. Anyway, okay. Anyway, I wanted to do this vlog because YouTube really helped me out coming out of the closet, and not even that so much, but actually really getting to the point where I knew I needed to transition. And I'm here with my friend Vi, who,
Hey, look, I'm a dark spot.
yeah, the dark spot.
Just
And and she's the first person I came out to, and I wanted to talk about how I knew I was trans, and kind of how I got to the point where I finally got to the point, blah blah. Anyway, I've been on hormones for 4 months. Yay! I don't look all that wonderful, but well, actually, sometimes I think I do. But anyway, okay, so like it's been 1 year now. There's two times I think when I started transition. Is there any place where you can watch the time?
talk.
Okay, well, there's two times. Like looking back on, it, I think there's two times where I started transition, and I think the first time. Now I'm gonna first. I want to say the first time I came out was when I was 13, so it's not like these problems are like, or it's not even a problem at this point. But it's not like this is a new thing. But I think like you could say I started transition when I started coming out to my friends, Vi first, and then a lot of other friends, and that was like 3 years ago now, right?
Yeah, like 3 years ago.
3 years ago, and I came out to all my friends, and then I lost my courage, and it was the one friend who I'm putting her in a different category, and I've talked to Vi about this before this, and I'm not gonna get into it now. But I came out to her at 13 and 15 and 17 and 19 and but whatever. But that was different. But like Vi was the first person outside of this really fucked up weird. Was I allowed to say fuck on YouTube? I don't know. Outside of this really weird relationship we had, and then I came out to all my friends, and I ended up in this really weird relationship with this girl, and I backed out of it. So that was probably, I mean, that was probably when I really started transition because that's when I realized, okay, whatever happens, I need to deal with this. Like, if nothing else, at the very least, I'm like a really hardcore cross-dresser, or that was my really hardcore, but or that was my thoughts then. And so then anyway, fast forward a year and a half later, she dumped me and told me she never wanted to see me again. And I went home and I watched tons and tons of YouTube videos, and which is why I'm doing this now. And and then so then I started transitioning, and like my thing for years, like I said, like 12 or 13, that was 94 or 95, and I had the internet, and I used to go online and read tranny blogs and shit all the time. And I was always trying to answer the question like, how do you know if you're trans? And like that was the biggest question for me. And I didn't want to start transitioning until I absolutely knew because I didn't want to put myself out there and I didn't want to embarrass myself. And the honest truth is, the second time I started transitioning, which was a year ago, and I went out in public, not for the first time, but like went out in public and tried to introduce myself as Natalie and introduce myself as a trans person, and I really put myself out there. Like for the other times I've gone out with friends and I was still like Nathan, but it was Nathan in drag. And and this time like I went out there. And I didn't know that like I knew at that point I knew that it was something I needed to do. I needed to make that step. I was not at the point where I knew that I needed to totally transition. I mean, I know that now, but but I kind of had a plan. I was going to do just cross dressing. I was going to go out and meet people like that for till my birthday, which was in September, and then I was going to go part-time. And, and I think that was really good because I think the original Benjamin standards of care were kind of really harsh because it would be really harsh to expect me to go on hormones or to expect me to live full time for an entire year before going on hormones. Of course, if you're in your 20s like I am, I mean, I could have done that. I passed when my hair got about this long without hormones, whatever. But the honestly, I mean, you do need to go find a therapist if you're thinking about this. But honestly, the first step you really need to take, or that I need to take, was to go out and just. I mean, maybe you are like only a cross-dresser. Maybe that's it. But the only way you can really kind of get a feel for whether a transition is the right path for you, whether you need to take the next step, is how people treat you and like, is this enough? And so by my birthday, I knew I wanted to go part time. I was like, there is no reason for me to be a man socially. I don't want to do that. There's no reason for me to do that. And I know and so I went part time, and like what I thought part time was going to be was that it would be really hard to pass, blah blah blah, and hard to be feminine. And what I found was kind of the reverse was true. Like it started to get because I was working this job selling insurance, which I ended up having to quit. But but what was difficult wasn't going out. Even when I wasn't passed, because I still don't pass 100% of the time. I really pass most of the time, but I don't pass 100% of the time. And obviously, my voice, I'm like self-conscious. Also, I've been working 10 days in a row, so my voice is like a lot better when I'm in an environment where people see a woman. But anyway, like, um, where was I?
We were talking about how you were trying to
Oh yeah,
go part time.
yeah. Part time, like I was working this insurance job where I had to dress up like a man. I was a fucking good looking man. I really hope that's not banned. Anyway, anyway, yeah. So and it got what the difficult thing was not going out, even going out places where people were like cross dresser. The difficult thing was actually going to work and dressing like a man and having everybody call me Mr. Gates and Sir and all this other stuff. And so I kind of at this point, the point I'm at now, I've been on hormones for 4 months, and I was on hormones for a little bit when I was 19 for about four months, but I was self-medicating and I was doing like really low doses, and it did make a difference. It did, but ultimately you have to kind of go out first. You got to be comfortable with being trans, I think, and you got to be comfortable with people. I mean, it's going to be awkward telling people that no, I'm not a he, I'm a she, and and like you can take all the hormones you want, but if you don't get over that one step, hormones don't do anything. I mean, yeah, you'll have a female body, but you won't be able to show it to anybody. Um, anyway, like I guess it's my first vlog. I have 1 minute left. Thank you, bye. Um, and that's what I wanted to write about because not write about talk about because I think it's important, and I think that had I the courage 10 years ago to take the steps that I've taken now, I think my life would be a lot better because there's a lot of there's a lot of stuff I've done. I mean, I've never done anything terrible. There's a lot of parts of my life that I regret, and quite honestly, like I feel like I've lost my 20s. But anyway, I hope you follow my vlog. I hope to do this more often. I am running out of time. This will be my first video, and I hope I haven't said anything that will be censored. My cussing. Thank you, bye.